This is going to be the short video tutorial on how to add the overlay to your back accordion zippered wallet. So for the people who are using fabric and are afraid of the fraying, which it will happen, and you don't want to use fray check because that won't hold for very long, this is the overlay method that will allow you to place this zipper on the back of the classic zip around wallet. Okay, so let's get started. I have my template here, which I've traced off of my pattern, and I have my vinyl piece and my prepared classic zip around wallet. So I've got it all ready. I have done my side stitches as well as placed my logo on there. I've marked my center. So the first thing I have done is I've taken this template and I have aligned the center mark right there, and I have traced through the window onto the fabric portion of the classic zip around wallet. So you can see where I've done that marking already. So I've got something to follow when I go to glue my overlay on top. So I'm just going to set that over here aside for now. This is the piece that is the vinyl that I'm going to be applying to the top. Now, as you can see, I have already drawn it out in advance so that I don't have to take time on camera. But before you do that, you want to fuse a piece of Decaville light to the back of your vinyl. That'll give it more stability when you are applying it to the wallet. Now I've taken the template and I have placed that down on top and traced around that window, that interior window. I've put that aside, and now I have gone exactly 1/2 of an inch from that point to this point. So I've done 1/2 inch all the way around the whole area right there, which is going to be your zipper portion. Now I like to have a little bit of rounding here on the side, and the perfect pattern for that is this template from the classic zip around wallet. So what I've done is, and this is the one from Tops and Bobbins, I have laid that down and I've just marked around that curve, swung it around a little bit there, and marked that curve, and continued to mark all the other ones. I didn't mark in here, but you could if you really wanted to. That's strictly up to you. So what I am going to do is I'm going to cut out this piece. Yes, I've got a lot of Decaville that's been wasted, so you can actually take a piece that's kind of in an L shape if you want and just fuse it to the back of your vinyl. So I'm going to go and I'm going to cut that around. I'm not going to remove this section just yet because I want to add my edge painting to the whole exterior all the way around this side before I trim this out, so that it gives me something to work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut out this overlay. I'm going to edge paint it, and then I'm going to use my X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut away the area that I need to for the window for the zipper. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and I'm going to instruct you further on how to continue. So now you can see I have gone ahead and cut away my overlay. I have cut out my center window, and I've edged paint all the way around the exterior edge. And while I had that window cut out, I also went ahead and I edged painted in the inside. So basically you're finishing off this overlay the same as what you would do if you were using any of the other patterns, the interior zippered pocket overlay or the exterior zipper pocket overlay that I do in my previous patterns. So basically what we're wanting to do is we want to take this overlay and we want to set this on top of that area that we have already marked. We want to glue it in place. And like the instructions on all of the other pockets I've done, you just want to go to the edge because we're going to be cutting away the inside. So I'm going to go all the way around just along that edge, the outer edge where I've edge painted. And it doesn't have to be that much, as long as it just keeps everything in place so it doesn't shift. And I'm going to smooth this a little bit so that I don't have a lot of thick globby spots, and wipe it with my damp cloth, which I keep to the side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place this piece down on top of that window area that I have just drawn previously. What you want to do is you want to let that set a bit before you actually do some sewing, because sometimes if you don't have a Teflon foot or a walking foot, you can start sewing and it will shift. So generally what I do is I just leave it set for a bit. But while it's setting, and I can tell you what I will be doing, I will be stitching all the way around the exterior of this overlay, just like we do when we do it on the pockets. You want to start and stop here at the corner because it's less noticeable and it's got a point there. Don't back stitch at all. Start here, go all the way around, and finish off in the last hole that you have. Now you generally want to be about, I'll use this pin, 1/8 of an inch past and 1/8 of an inch in. So when you are stitching, I'll bring it up a little bit closer and I will show you here. You want to begin pretty much right there in that corner. So you want to start right here, go all the way down and around, and then end right there. So you're about 1/8 of an inch away from the exterior edge. So that's going to secure the overlay in place, and then we're going to I'm going to go to the machine and do that, and then we're going to come back and we're going to cut away this open area, just like we do when we're doing the zipper overlay on any of my other patterns. So I will go stitch that and then I will return. Okay, so I'm back from my stitching. So this is the stitching I have done. I have started at this corner, come all the way around 1/8 of an inch from the outside edge, all the way around the outside, around again, and stopping and starting right in that corner. So basically on the reverse side, you can see how it looks. I've taped down my tail just to keep it out of the way while I'm going to be doing my trimming. So what you want to do is you want to remove that area because that's the area we need to place the zipper in. So I'm just going to start by taking and doing a slit right through there, just so that I can give myself an area that I can use my scissors with. So I'm going to go all the way, just get my scissors there, just all the way down to this end right there, and then down to this end. Remember, you're going through the foam and the craft text. Make sure you don't snip your vinyl overlay. Now I'm going to flip this over to the other side, and I am going to make sure that I am well underneath that vinyl overlay. And I'm just, it takes a little bit of time, so take patience. What you want to do is you want to remove approximately about 3/8 of an inch. So you want to leave yourself with about 1/4 of an inch all the way around that exterior. So you're going to be cutting away your fabric, your foam, as well as that craft text. So I kind of place my fingers between the two to make sure. If you feel that the scissors, you need a smaller piece of scissors or smaller size scissors, like more of a embroidery length scissor, then go right ahead. These are a very sharp scissor, so I feel comfortable with trimming this away. And make sure you are not cutting your overlay. And it's all about the feel here as well. You get to that corner, you come around ever so gently, just to make sure you're not going to cut something that you've spent all this time getting prepared. When I get to that flat area, I kind of stick my fingers in between there again for a guide. Let's get rid of this guy right here. It's just in my way. So you're going to go through again, making sure you have not got the overlay all the way down till you get to that corner. Let's get rid of that. And then once again, this is a little trickier spot in here, and you may want to switch your scissors to smaller tipped ones. That's totally up to you. Bend this back a bit. There we go. Give me something to work with. All the way back up to that top. Now it doesn't have to be exactly precise or anything like that, but you want to make sure that you have come away from that window area. Okay, so that's basically what you want to do. Almost the same thing as what you would do for a zipper overlay. Now I think I'm going to trim that back a little bit more before I continue, but basically this is what it looks like. You have got your window already, and when you go to place your zipper onto that window area, just like you do, everything from here, this point on, is exactly the same as what the pattern is. So you have actually no fabric that is being exposed at all. So you're going to put your double-sided tape, here I'll flip this way, your double-sided tape to the top window and to the bottom. You could trim that a hair more if you want, just make sure you don't go too close to that stitching, and same as in your corners. So your double-sided tape to the top here and here. Now you're going to get an area in through here that's got a bit of a lip to it when you're going to sew, so just be careful whatever foot you're using that is not going to jump off and make a mess, because you want to make sure that you are nice and even on that when you're top stitching that zipper in place. So that's pretty much it. Anything from this point on is exactly the same as what's in the instructions. So this is how you do the overlay, the zipper overlay for the accordion zipper. You can do this in the vinyl, the cork, the leather, whatever you want. You can even do leather on leather if you wish to have a contrast. But that's pretty much it. So when that folds up, it's going to have the zipper portion to the back, and then your front will have your logo. So there you have it. Looking forward to all your pictures that you're going to be posted, because I think they're going to be really awesome with the a zipper pocket to the back of your wallet. So do post them as soon as you can. Look forward to seeing them, and have a great weekend.